What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So we got some pretty interesting news dropping on the Treasure Cruise Twitter account, or the X account, and we do know that Treasure Cruise currently is on the maintenance period for 13.4.1. That is going to be going live, you know, within 3 hours of the recording of this video, so by the time this is up, you don't have to wait too much longer for the game to be up. I don't expect there to be a lot of information or new things dropping in this update. We do know that the item rates for, you know, like Forbidden Tomes, Almighty Manuals, Proof of Friendship, stuff like that is going to be published in-game in the in some of the settings, so that's interesting, I guess. But there's not really a lot of new things coming within 13.4.1, but from what they talk about here in regards to some new upcoming things, we do know that there is going to be another major update coming very shortly to Treasure Cruise, and that's awesome to hear. And they do give us a little bit of info, or they don't really give us much info, but they tell us, you know, that the 10th ANNI is on the way. So there's really interesting stuff to look forward to. So we'll go through this letter, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions about everything as we go along. So we'll go ahead and zoom in here. Greetings, Nakama. Today we're bringing you news on the upcoming worldwide anniversary, otherwise known as the global anniversary is what the community likes to call it. The theming is called Fearsome FOES. A lineup of powerful enemies, including special anniversary characters, will be making an appearance, so do not miss it. Plus, you can log in on the day of the anniversary to get a gift of 25 rainbow gems. So that's dope. We just get 25 gems for free, half a multi on generic banners, and we're also planning a free Sugo Fest and a deluxe login bonus. It says a free Sugo Fest. I don't know if that means like a free legend or like a free legend pull or a free Sugo Fest pull. It's a little vague. The wording is a little strange, I must admit. And this is the information that we have here for the worldwide anniversary Fearsome FOES. Now, judging from the little banner, there's not a lot you can kind of gather out of it. I mean, there's some fire, some smoke, purple, like you can't really gather much from the banner itself, but the title of the anniversary campaign, Fearsome FOES, is pretty big because you can kind of gather a lot from that, and I think we'll give some opinions as to what this could possibly be, but I think a lot of people already have some really good ideas as to what potentially the worldwide anniversary is going to bring us, and especially now that we have this theming, I feel like the number one thing that most people think it's going to be at this point is going to be Law and Blackbeard. I think this is a really safe bet. However, the fact that it is titled Fearsome FOES leads me to think that potentially Law will not be included. And if that's the case, if they're not going to include Law, then I don't think that they should really include Blackbeard. But Blackbeard is a pretty fearsome foe, so that could be the case. And it just makes sense for Blackbeard to be in this celebration, as we're coming off of this Kizuna Clash campaign very shortly, which debuted not only the new Boa Hancock, and even in her unevolved artwork, it was her literally being choked by Blackbeard, right? And we had the super evolution of Rayleigh to when he showed up on Amazon Lily to stop the confrontation between Blackbeard, Kobe, Hancock. That does make a lot of sense, right? And Blackbeard and Law recently debuting in the One Piece anime, like, it makes a lot of sense for this to happen. Most people think this is going to happen, and even if Law isn't present, if Blackbeard's in it, I think that's going to be dope, because Blackbeard would be awesome to get a new legend, and he'd be an anniversary exclusive too, which is kind of interesting. But this is just like one potential idea. Another idea that I have seen floating around that also makes a ton of sense, and I honestly hope it kind of happens, is going to be Cross Guild. Now, all of these characters are also, in my opinion, considered to be a fearsome foes: Crocodile, Mihawk, and Buggy. And this would be an awesome batch to have together, whether they do one singular unit with all 3 units on it, or if they actually release 3 separate characters in a Buggy, a Mihawk, and a Crocodile that all synergize well together. That could also be a thing. And this also leads some credence into what we've been releasing recently with the Egghead batch, as well as the recent one with Boa Hancock. These characters are releasing that are all supposed to work really well with cerebral characters. And I feel if they did this batch of Cross Guild, I could definitely see all of these characters being cerebral. Maybe not Buggy, potentially not, but definitely Crocodile and Mihawk for sure. And even if you go back to this one with Law and Blackbeard, I do feel like if they did make a new Legend Blackbeard, it would be really cool if they made a cerebral version. That man is an actual genius. He deserves to be a cerebral character for sure. Definitely has his moments, but I think he could make a really good cerebral character, and they're definitely building towards really big cerebral stuff with all the stuff that they have been releasing recently. But going back to this fearsome foes, this could also mean something different. Now, I think a lot of people are really excited at the potential release of characters in recent One Piece anime episodes. However, if we, cast our eyes back a few years, we actually had a celebration that was somewhat similar to this, and this was also an anniversary campaign. I think it was the 7.5 anniversary, and what they actually did is they released Superclass for the first time in Doflamingo for Superclass Driven. They released Katakuri for Superclass Powerhouse, and then for the Treasure Map, they released Treasure Map Crocodile for Superclass Cerebral. And the whole theming of this batch is just the enemies that Luffy fought against. And obviously Luffy is featured in all of these artworks. Gear 4 versus Doflamingo and Dressrosa. We had Snake Man versus Katakuri in the Mirror World in Whole Cake Island. And then we had Luffy versus Crocodile in Alabasta. It could go down that route as well if they're going by fearsome foes potentially that Luffy had to go up against, or it could just be like the villain characters in general, right? So they could go in a couple of different ways. I think all of them make a ton of sense. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we're going to be getting probably a data download, and maybe we'll get some data mines before the official release. I think it would be nice if they officially revealed on Twitter first. We'll have to wait and see, but lots of discussions as to what could actually be coming. And we'll have obviously the official release, and there's likely going to be a treasure map during March, which will likely have another anniversary exclusive character. Again, we'll have to wait and see. In addition to this, the yearly global event of World Cruise 2024 will also be held, and in the World Cruise, players from around the world are separated into 5 squads where they compete to acquire the most points. They did the exact same thing last year. Just participating can earn you awesome rewards, so make sure to join in the fun. Check the in-game schedule announcements for more details. So, as it says here in the letter, there's 5 different teams, 1 for each of the Straw Hats, Sanji, Nami, Luffy, Zoro, Robin. And you're randomly put into the team with not only global players, Korean players, but also the Japanese players. And everyone is put into random teams. You can't choose them. And you basically will be playing, I'm pretty sure they'll release a Blitz battle. And everyone is going to be playing against each other, not only just for which team with the most points will win overall and gets rewards because of that, but you're also ranking against people on your version of your game, I believe, and also you're competing against people in your own team. So if someone is in Team Luffy and they rank really high, they're going to get really good rewards because they did really well for their team up against their opposing teammates, but also because their team did really well, they're also going to get rewards because of that. So that's the whole reason behind this. World Cruise is usually a pretty fun event. Everyone comes together to beat the upcoming event. But moving on, we also have further information on a secondary note, and this thing is really interesting too. So they're just thanking everyone for the survey in regards to the trial co-op quest that happened recently, but it wasn't just for that. It was also giving a little bit more feedback in regards to the treasure map updates that have been coming out recently, like the speed up, the introduction of the card functionality, the growth point spots, just all of that stuff. We made a video talking about the survey. But it says we received a lot of feedback on the trial co-op quest, and we're planning on improving various aspects of the gameplay, such as the length of time to complete, matching issues, communication with co-op players, and more. So this is already a huge W, because trial co-op quest, we already know when it came out and we were able to try it out, there was obviously major issues. It just felt incomplete, and everyone gave massive amounts of feedback in regards to ways that they can improve it, not only just through the survey, but myself, Stump, and other people who are in contact with some of the people at Bandai. We put a lot of feedback to them, giving them info as these things need to be fixed. They need to be put in the forefront for fixing this new game mode to make it just a better experience for everyone. And the fact that they've basically listed most of the things that we kind of had issues with is good. The length of time to complete, that wasn't one of the big issues for me. I actually don't mind that it doesn't take, that it actually takes a little bit longer to complete, so long as you don't have to do it a billion times. Obviously, that could be an issue. Matching issues, personally, this could have a lot of different things. This could be in reference to it takes a long time to match it with other players. But I think more importantly, matching up with people that you know or people that you can communicate with is a big positive. So if you are able to select who you can match up with, that would be awesome. And communication with co-op players obviously is the #1 thing that needs to be addressed. The fact that you can't talk with them, you can't send like a sticker to tell them what you need to do, I think that's a big thing. But just matching up with other people, I think honestly matching up with people that you know is the #1. Communication is probably #2. It does say "and more," so it could be in reference to basically anything. Furthermore, the co-op quest is set to be formally released during the 10th anniversary. The version update planned for late April will not only include co-op quests, but various other new features as well. This is arguably one of the biggest updates of the year, always late April, right before May, because May 11th or 12th, depending on where you are in the world, is the anniversary. And usually late April is when they push the new update for character functionalities and just a bunch of new stuff. So late April is going to be massive, lots of new stuff, not only just for the co-op quests, but new functionalities, new features. It's going to be big. For those of you who cast your mind back to last year, right before our anniversary period was the introduction of the Rush Sugo Special mechanic, and it is crazy that it's already just about been a year since Rush Sugo Special, and we still don't really have that many characters with it, so we'll have to wait and see what they have planned for this year, but a lot of new features are going to be coming out as well. Details will be shared in a future OPTC letter, so please look forward to it, and here's our last piece of campaign news for today. In celebration of the 10th anniversary, we're going to be holding a special event, Bounty Achievement Gifts 2024. In the campaign, you can get rare recruits for legends based on your alliance members' bounty amount. You can get up to 30 rare recruits, it says. And we had this same thing last year. So this is Bounty Achievement Gifts 2023. It's literally the same title of the event, just changed to 2024. And basically with the amount of bounty that you have, you get a certain amount of legend tickets. So these are going to be scaled up, obviously, because the bounties have gone up, you know, over a 12-month period. So we'll wait and see what it is. But essentially, you just play events, you get more bounty, you get more legend tickets. That's basically how it works. It does mention here that ahead of this campaign that you can acquire double the bounty amount in related to certain events between late February and early May. So that makes a lot of sense. Like, you got a chunk of time there to play as many events as possible to get double the amount of bounty as normal so that you can get more rewards because of it. Furthermore, details are set to be announced in-game. We have tons of other events and campaigns planned for the 10th anniversary, so look forward to it. And that's basically all they have. So we appreciate the letter. I do really like the fact that we do receive these Treasure Cruise letters relatively frequently. It feels like it's almost like once a month, or if not once every 2 months at this point. So I love seeing it. So just to give a bit of a recap, we've got the Fearsome Foes campaign. Could be a lot of different things. World Cruise is coming. Trial Co-op Quest is going over some brand new stuff, adding some new features, which is great, fixing some things up. Big update, late April. And the bounty quests, the bounty achievement gifts are going to be arriving too. So let me know your thoughts and opinions about all of these brand new updates down below in the comment section. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.